some people always understood this as a political project, as an anarchist project, as an autonomous project, and those were the people that had the experience of maybe late 80s Berlin, Netherlands, Western Europe, when these walking alternative movements were on the rise, or on its height, or on its peak. And then the others were like more native Slovenian-based alternative scene. But as you can see, there are some remnants of it hanging down there, posing with some Rwanda women, intending to do some important NGO stuff. So they always understood Metelko as this alternative political civic society case. And then we had also part of this cultural scene. So Metelko was deeply divided. Was deeply divided from the beginning, but what enabled it to be unified, to be united for all these years, like 16 years, was that the state, the city, the authorities, because they clearly wanted they didn't want to allow Metelko were functioning in an autonomous way. So let's say also those who were not aware of the political consequences or the political levels of their activity, they just wanted to do something in a place where they are. They somehow found themselves in a really political situation. But now, with in the years when after the state consolidated its power in Slovenia, now they recognize Metelko as, let's say, necessary part of the city. And now they want to legalize it, they want to normalize it. Of course, these fractions who never understood politics, they want to just jump in and take all the promises from the state for granted, and they just want to work normally, organize concerts, have teenagers drink it every Friday, make some money out of it, and they are not aware what other levels of activity of life, of production exist in the first place. So I think political aspect of Metelko is not waning. There never was something as like Metelko is political, but there always was. It always had this political moment. There always were some people around that did understand that everything is happening here in political terms.
It seems that you see Infoshaft as sort of a separate entity from Metelko.
No, it's not true. It is completely a part of Metelko, but it has the memory of Infoshaft has also much other things, much other elements than Metelko. Our allies. We've been doing things that are not necessarily connected with autonomous cultural production, like political activism, like serious political movements against NATO, like let's say Slovenia, against Slovenia joining NATO, against the war, support for erased people, migrant struggles, all this cycle of anti-globalization movements from Seattle to Prague, Genoa. We were part of this, and these European struggles. It's not a place as Infoshaft that brings people to the level of such a political activity. It is what people who are involved in it, how they relate to the city they live in, to the place they have. It's what they do with their time. It's if they just have meetings every week, it doesn't change anything. But if they reach out, if they also speak with people at their faculties, the workplaces, in the streets, if they just, are open and work also with people who are not necessarily like die-hard anarchists, or not necessarily die-hard autonomous or whatever, then I think the perspectives for bigger, also public recognition or bigger involvement opens.
Research we've done on our own has labeled an autonomous zone as a political act to itself because it's sort of going against the legalized.
This I agree. This I agree, and I think it's what I also was referring to when I said that also people who did not have this, who were not aware of the political nature of their actions, such as like organizing a concert. But in an illegal situation, I mean, this is still a political act for me, even though people don't perceive it like that. So this, I think, this I agree.
I guess just in terms of like showing people outside of the walls of the Pavlisic that there is a group that you are involved in, or like they are capable of some sort of action on their own. Do you think Pavlisic as an entity shows people that there is a way to act out against the government that they don't believe in? Or do you think that Pavlisic has sort of lost that ability?
It's hard for me to answer this question. I think Pavlisic functions on many different levels. It functions as a pop phenomenon. It functions as in a lot of different ways. I always see Pavlisic as other places of possibility. Some people see it, approach it as consumers. They can come here to consume this or that. I don't know what the Pavlisic communicates. For me, when first I came here, what it meant for me was like the material proof that something can be done, something that is unimaginable and impossible in the prevailing discourse, in the prevailing systems. It's impossible to imagine for a, let's say, liberal-minded, law-respectful citizen. It's completely impossible to imagine that something like this can happen. It doesn't exist because it's beyond the legal framework. It completely transcends all of this. For me, this was like my first impression when I came here maybe 10 years ago. Like, okay, this is good enough proof that a lot is possible. And then it's just the question what you want and how to do it.